All right, we are live. Here it is. It started. I don't know why I'm like oddly nervous for this one more than I've been nervous for any other ones. Hi guys, welcome to Unqualified Experts. Today we have the one and only Mr. Cody Camelot joining us to give advice to the internet. I'm very excited.
Yeah, see, we were just silent for like 10 minutes, and I was like really scared to say stuff. But for some reason, I can't really explain it. It might be the trailer park in me, but I've never wanted to just say the N-word more. Like just during that silence, I can't really explain it. You're like, don't talk. Make sure you don't talk. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna say the N-word. I'm doing it. I show speed. We're gonna be famous. We get $1 million contracts. It's gonna be so great.
Oh no, it's gonna be good. Look, I feel like if we get canceled, it will only make us stronger. So I kind of support this, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm seeing this happen more and more. Jocelyn Chia just followed me on Instagram. Followed me back on Twitter, sorry. And I got really excited. I was like, yes, I want to follow like all the canceled people I possibly can. Because they're the best ones.
There was this guy, and he's like a super huge, like million follower, like one of those people, they call them like the paid like Democrat operatives. You know how like there's like 12 people and all they do is like suck off like Joe Biden all day every day.
Yeah. Their full really Twitter is that. Yeah.
And that's fine, like whatever. But they're paid by the DNC, obviously, which is I would probably do if you pay me $100,000, I might say the same shit. But like, it's so weird. One of them followed me the other day, and I was like, why did he follow me? Oh, so confused.
That's confusing because you're like not. I feel like you're very similar to me. You don't really fall one way or the other, but you certainly don't fall on like Democrat bootlicking side. So that makes like no sense.
Certainly, no.
Certainly. Are you making fun of my tease?
Yeah.
Last night we were watching Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, and he goes to Hawaii a lot. And he was at one, and they were showing him how they make noodles. And they were like, oh, yeah, and now you add the gluten. And I was like, that's why I say it like that. I never noticed that it was like a Hawaii thing, really, until I guess I moved here. Why would I notice?
I feel like if like in some alternate universe, if I was giving you like the full beans, okay, this is just hypothetical, by the way.
Right. Hypothetical, full beans. Got it.
Completely hypothetical, full beans. And you said like written, like wild, I would just be soft. It'd be immediately just soft.
What if I was like, you're about to hit the button?
No, that's worse. I would reverse cum. I would shit.
It would go back up inside.
Yeah, it would go the opposite way. I would shit out my ass.
All right, before we get started on our advice, I gotta thank Backhand already. We got a super chat from Backhand. Backhand, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. He also gives us love and he gives us hugs. Isn't that nice?
It depends on like his age and his gender.
He's lovely. Well,
because if he was giving me a hug and he was like 62 and balding and I was a 9-year-old, I'd be scared, you know?
Thankfully, you're not 9.
Thank God, right? Dude, when I was 9 and I would like, experiment, I would just shoot spring water and it was lame. I hated it.
Was it like clear?
Yeah.
That's weird. I guess I never thought about that. Why would I? But
yeah, it was, and then one day it was just like, it just turned into the milkiness and I was like, yeah, finally I'm a man. I can milk on things. Shoot ropes and stuff. But the volume didn't come until way later. Like, dude, if it's like a week or two, bro,
it's a lot.
Like 12 ropes, like thick rope. It's the craziest thing in the world, man.
Does it shoot far?
Yeah, dude. Oh my God, I'll never forget that one time I pulled out this chick and it shot. I was not even aiming. Like I was aiming down and it shot like recoil up her stomach and then hit her in the face. And I was like, how's this possible? And she laughed and I laughed and we all laughed and then we went to sleep. It was great.
That sounds like a good time. Is jizzing and laughing and sleeping. I like it.
Yeah. That's the best.
That does sound like the best.
Jizzing, laugh. Man, you know what I did last night? So I watched I don't know if you've ever seen it, but I watched this movie called The Babadook. It's been a long time since I watched it.
Oh, I've not seen it, but I've heard of it. Is it good? Should I watch it?
It's great. Yeah.
Oh, okay, watching.
I watched it last night for the first time since theaters. I saw it in theaters years ago. And I watched it and it was good. Like I liked it more this time around, I think. And like I don't remember the mom being so crazy. It was fun. It's a fun movie. You should watch it.
Maybe I'll watch it tonight. I should be watching other things, but I want to watch horror. I'm just in the mood because it's the end of August. We're coming into September. September is officially fall. It's officially pre-spooky season, in my opinion.
Yeah, so that is my entire October. I will start decorating here in a few weeks. It's all, I put skeletons and spider webs everywhere. and I make a fire like every single night. I'm so excited, man. And of course, I'm gonna watch all the spookies, slashers, what have you. I'm gonna have candy corn in just freaking bowls. I'm so excited, man.
Oh my God. That's how I wait. Hold on. Have we not talked about this? Do you like candy corn or do you just like to have it around?
Dude, I would put candy corn in my urethra if I could.
Oh, I love candy corn. I eat bags of it this time of year, bags. And people are like, you're crazy. It's disgusting. And I'm like, no.
They're insane. They're like, it tastes like candle wax. I'm like, dude, it tastes like Jesus. It's like, like I literally, it's so soft and cuddly, and it has a smell. When you open a fresh bag and they're like,
yes,
really squishy,
you get those big pumpkins, the ones with the pumpkin mix, the fall mix. That's my favorite. Also, I don't think they realize the real candy corn is made with honey. Yeah, it's fucking delightful.
Yeah, and you have to get brooch, obviously, like the actual brand. But I'll never forget, it was my birthday, and my friend Joe, ordered me a 5-pound bag off Amazon, and it was in March. And I was
so excited.
And I just sit there for hours.
That's what I'll do. Yeah, it's really bad. And I'll grab handfuls of it because I'll do the same thing. I'll put it in a big pumpkin shaped thing and I'll just dump a shit ton of candy corn in there. And I just grab handfuls of candy corn every time I walk by. And every year around Halloween time, I'm like, I don't understand why I'm gaining weight. This is weird.
Oh my, yeah. Nah, dude, it's basically nothing. It's basically, there's no calories.
No, it doesn't count.
It's fine, dude. It's delicious.
They're this big. It's whatever.
I eat so many bags. I eat like 3 or 4 bags every single year. I'm not even joking. At least, at the very least. And I get the fat ass ones. You know how I am.
Yeah.
Gotta be fat asses.
Yeah, you gotta. I love the autumn mix, and I love the flavored ones, the ones that have chocolate on them. And then they have you ever had the caramel apple ones?
Oh, I don't know, dude. I've had all of them bitches. I've had the variety pack. Yes. I do prefer the old fashioned, just like Orange Boys, though.
I like those too. They're the original. Yeah. Wait, hold on. I got to test one more thing. Do you like black licorice?
Black licorice? Oh, I don't know. I don't think I've eaten it. Like, not in a long time.
Okay.
Like, I don't even know what licorice is, really. Is it like Twizzlers? Is that licorice?
I don't know. I don't really like black Twizzlers. I think it's not good. I think the best black licorice is like the Australian soft licorice. There's Wallabies is a good brand. They have like different brands of black licorice that I really like, but it's got to be kind of soft.
Licorice.
All right. I'm going to make you try black licorice. This is happening.
They just look like ropes. They look like Twizzlers, Red Vines.
Yeah, the Red Vines ones aren't good though. To me, that's not like a good black licorice.
Oh, Wiley Wallaby Classic Black.
Those are good. That's good.
So you're into the classic blacks.
I like the classic blacks. None of these new blacks.
No, they're trash.
they're
Can't play bass or anything. All right.
Oh God. Hey, are you going to put a bikini on with me today if we get the bikini goal? Do you have any?
I don't think I have a bikini, but I have my body.
All right, let's do that.
I have a body which can get naked.
Body. Yeah, you're lucky. You can just take your shirt off and then just be in all your glory, nipples and everything.
Yeah.
You're so lucky.
Oh, that's a question. Do you have when you get a boob job, do they cut your nipples off and place them somewhere else?
No.
Okay, I didn't know.
No. They do that if you get a lift, but mine were so small we're not sagging anywhere. If you get a lift, they do. They have to reposition your nipples. But for a boob job, they just cut a little slit. They're like this big. My little scars. They're starting to heal up pretty nicely, actually. I think they'll be gone soon. About this big, and they just slip it in.
Interesting.
Slip them under. The nips stay where they are. My nipples are sitting kind of high, so I kind of want to talk to my surgeon and be like, "Is that normal?" Because they're like, I don't know. They're not like They're like right here. Is that weird?
No, it's fine.
Is it?
Fine. Yeah.
I don't know.
As long as it doesn't look like unnatural. As long as it looks like, like the nipples belong there, it's fine.
I think it looks like they belong there.
At least it's not like the areolas. Man, I had a friend growing up. This dude's areola, it was like this big. Like his entire titty was his nipple.
He had a dinner plate nipple?
Yeah, like how dare you? How dare you? Like I've hung out with girls before and they took their shirt off, right? And they got the damn nip, and I'm like, how dare you?
How do you end up with a nipple that big? Is that just natural? You just naturally have a big nip?
Yeah, like I couldn't do it. I would I'm like, dude, you need to put your shirt back on, girl. Like, because I can't. Ooh.
I don't think I've ever seen your nipples. Do you have regular nipples?
Me? Oh, I have like dime size.
They're
nipples.
small?
They look good. I like them. I like small nipples. I don't like them when they're like nipples like this big, bro.
Yeah, no.
That should be
No.
illegal.
Mine are little. They're like this, and they're pink, which I've been told is weird. Is that weird? Is it weird that I have pink nipples?
What the hell color are they supposed to be?
Brown apparently is more common. That's what I've been told. People have told me that it's weird that they're pink, and I was like, wait, what?
Brown is the color of poop. Why would I want your nipples to be poop colored? You know?
You're
I'm
a
just
smart
saying.
man. And
Yeah,
this is why we're gonna give good advice.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is why we're gonna give good advice.
My advice is always very sound. And it's lame because everybody gets mad. It triggers everybody. I was watching you on Simpcast. No, maybe it was on Simpcast. I don't remember, actually. It might have been on Simpcast. And everybody was talking about all these women. And I want you to explain this to me, actually.
Yes.
Because I don't understand this thought process. I do understand it exists, but I don't understand why.
Okay.
Because I've run into this personally, and it kind of pisses me off a little bit. Not specifically like you saying it or anybody else, but like when I run into it in my everyday life.
Okay.
So why do women, and I understand that they do, but why do women have sex like they'll have sex needlessly at any point, do the most degenerate shit with guys they don't care about, but when they care about a guy, they'll make him wait for a long period of time before they have sex with him? Why, why does a woman charge more for men that they like and charge it for free for men that they don't like?
That's a good question. But I feel like you said this. I feel like we were talking about this before, and you were like, maybe you said it in the chat. You're like, if you like a guy, make him wait. I guess maybe for the guy to take you more seriously. I don't know.
I was being sarcastic in the chat.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I see it's hard to come through with text.
I was like, I literally said like female logic is like they will do the most degenerate shit with guys that are worthless that they don't care about. But as soon as they meet a guy they like, they're like, we can only do missionary, and it's going to be months from now, and you have to know that I'm serious. And I'm like, bitch, look, all right.
That would be such a bummer.
I'm offering you the keys to the Lamborghini. Why are you fucking me right now? You know, you should be fucking me for real.
I was going to say she's not fucking you. That's the problem.
That's the point. Yeah.
Missionary would be such a bummer. I feel like if someone was like, we can only have sex missionary, I'd be like, I don't know if this is going to work out long term.
Yeah. I was exaggerating slightly, but you get what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, so like, I do. So I think it's probably because they think if they give it up too easily, the guy won't take them seriously and they'll treat them like shit and just move on. I think that's what it is. So if they like the guy, I personally have never done this except when I met Nick, but this is what he wanted because he wanted to make sure that we were compatible. So we didn't sleep together for like a month. He wanted to make sure we were compatible outside of sex because he said he's been in relationships where the sex was good, but the relationship was terrible, but he stayed in it longer than he should have just because the sex was good but he hated it. So he wanted to make sure that we were like good. Was
his previous relationships like with men?
No.
I'm just asking because like day one, bro, if a girl comes over my house, we're jamming, we're chilling, we're drinking, and she don't drop her drawers at like 9 p.m. or like at the earliest, I'm like, I don't want to talk to her anymore.
Okay, but if you sleep with a girl on the first date, would you consider her marriage material or would you write her off?
Oh, no, I don't have any. When it comes to like weird manosphere stuff, I have no bearing on body count or if women are promiscuous or not.
This is why you're such a fucking gem. I've never cared about that. I don't care if a guy slept around a bunch. If I fall in love with him, I fall in love with him as long as he treats me right and he's a great guy. I don't care how many people he slept with.
Dude, I like what I look at is if a girl is laid back and up front and don't really care. She takes her drawers off, she be dripping. We have a good time. Who gives I don't care about any of that.
Cody, you're a prince among men.
My longest hookups that were like years, like of, regular hookups have been girls like that. You know what I'm saying? But if that same girl that I've been hooking up with for years, if she didn't do that, like she made me wait for him, dude, I would have never hung out with her after the second time, ever.
Wow. Wow. You're a prince among men though. But that's how you know, right? If you want it to go long term, is the sex good? Because that's important too in a relationship.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You got to make sure you're sexually compatible.
100%. Yeah. So that's just something I always thought was kind of weird. It's like
interesting.
It's because I've run into this actually. That's why I'm saying it because
okay,
I've ran into girls that I'll hang out with for like an extended period of time, and they'll tell me all their stories. They're like, oh, I've had threesomes. I've been fucking slapped around. Dudes coming on face. I've had sex with girls, men, 2 women, like all this shit. And I'm like, oh, dude, that's cool. Fist bump. Let's do that. Let's bring in a bunch of chicks and we'll just fucking everybody's just coming everywhere. And they're like, oh no, I wouldn't want to do that with you. And I'm like, why? And it's like, oh, because I actually like you. And I'm like, what the fuck, bitch?
That doesn't make any sense. But I really legitimately think it's because guys get into their head by, first of all, I don't know why they'd tell you that though. I don't know why they'd tell you all that stuff and be like, but we're not going to do that. That's probably one of the dumber things I've ever heard. But I really do think it's like social media and dudes and people like that get into their heads and they think that no guy will take them seriously. And if they sleep with a guy on the first date, he won't consider her relationship material. I do think that's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. The way I look at it is it's like a market value thing. You know, like I buy and sell a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? And if I knew 8 of my buddies, like in my car group, bought the same roller, okay, which is a car without a drivetrain. They bought the same roller all for around $5,600 to $7,200 given the time or the season. And then that roller appears up for me and this freaking the seller is asking 15 grand for me. And I'm like, bitch, I know you sold it to Dave for 7,200. I will pay 7,200. And they're like, nah, bro. I'm like, why are you trying to charge me more? Oh, because I think you might actually treat this car good and like you might take it into a new direction. So that's why I want to charge you more. And I'm like, how about you eat my ass? I'll buy a different roller for cheaper. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. I see
what you're saying. All right, okay.
I look at everything from a trailer park value. I can't help it.
I agree with you. I like the way you look at things because that's how I look at things too. Like someone's past has never bothered me in that way. And Nick has even said that before. He's like, you're much more laid back about that kind of stuff than a lot of people are. And I'm like, because I don't care. It's done. Are you with any of those people anymore? No, you're with me. So I don't understand why that's an issue. But for some people, it really bothers them. And I'm not really sure why.
I can see it. I understand it. Look, I'm not dumb. I can see and kind of fathom why certain like guys wouldn't be okay with that. But personally, I don't give a fuck. Right now, I don't see how women would have a problem with it because a man's entire masculinity is based on like how successful he is with women and financially, mentally, and physically. So like I feel like every time a girl finds out that I've slept with over 100 girls, like they end up taking their drawers off too.
That's it. You're like, I've slept with over 100 girls. Get this dick. And they're like, yes.
It's like Cotton Hill. I've slept with over 100 women. No, like, but that's the thing is, I have never been in a situation, and this is not me boasting. This is like reality. And I don't know if it's because, I hang out, they come over to my house, play a little bit of guitar, and they're like, oh shit. I don't know what it is. But like, I've never been in a situation except for once where I did not sleep with the girl that hung out with me. Like in the last 4 years, once.
Why? What was the reason that you guys didn't end up sleeping together?
We were like, we were working up to it, and she was touching my junk. I was touching her junk. It was great.
Great.
And then she was like, and she like stopped me, and she's like, look, I kind of want to wait, and I'm like, that's fine. I had no problem with that.
Okay, all right.
And then we never hung out again.
You're like, I have no problem with that, but I'm never seeing you ever again.
Yeah, and it wasn't something I actively thought of. It's just, the other girl, Kayla, was like, hey, you want to hang out this weekend? I was like, do you want to hang out with Megan or Kayla? Kayla,
what's that?
Wrecks my ass. She'll like climb up and just kill my ass and just suck me. It's great. But Megan is like way more innocent. I don't want to wait. I'm trying to shoot a rope, dude. I'm picking Kayla.
You're just trying to smash. All right, I get it.
Yeah. So, but it never has stopped any of these people like ever. I've never met a girl that was like, I don't like that you've been with all these women.
I know some girls that are like that.
There was not a situation where it wasn't raw dogged either. I don't think I ever used.
Really? See, that makes me nervous. That makes me nervous because that's the kind of shit that I don't know. Like, I don't care about sex or sexuality. I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with it being open, having an open sexuality. I think that's great. The only thing that makes me nervous is like STDs. I've always been really responsible with that kind of stuff just because I don't want to end up with anything because that would suck. And I know some of it, like if you get chlamydia or gonorrhea, it's just you take antibiotics or you get a shot, whatever it is you got to do that clears it up. And like, that's no big deal. But if it's like herpes or something like that, that'd be a bummer to have forever.
HSV2 would be terrible to have. No,
what's up?
And somehow, by the grace of Jesus, I never have experienced anything like that.
I don't know. That's amazing.
Well, I think it's because every single girl I ever hooked up with I live right next to a engineering school, like a college.
Oh,
One of the biggest ones in the U.S. For electrical engineering, anyway. And every girl I hooked up with was like 21 to 23. So I don't think they had time.
You caught them before they could go out and get dirty.
Exactly. Yeah. And every single time I hung out, it's like, yeah, I just moved here from from SoCal. Yeah, I just moved here from Kansas. Yeah, I just moved here from Seattle.
Gotcha. Okay.
Every time it was like the second week they lived there.
Smart. So, you're smart. That makes a lot of sense.
It was just the girls I matched with that I thought were hot. There was no planning. But I also did. I would not. I put my limit for age at 27 on Tinder when I was on Tinder.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And
that's what I would do today if I was on Tinder.
How come you're not on Tinder right now?
I don't know, man. I way too much going on to do that shit right now. It got too stressful, man. I was hanging out with like a girl like every other day, and it was like I was having to keep up all these conversations. I would like have like 9 freaking Snapchat conversations going, but with all these different girls, and I'm like, I have too much. As soon as I started YouTube, I remember when YouTube took off, like the week it took off, and the first time I streamed, and the super chats were wild, and I was like, holy shit, I could do this as a job. So I deleted Tinder and Bumble.
Smart.
I was like, I don't need to. I just didn't like need to fill my time with this anymore. And now that I'm racing, there's no way in hell I could do that shit.
Yeah, no, it was a lot. I remember being on Tinder, especially in LA. I think my inbox was like 50, 60 people deep. And it got to, I didn't mean to ghost people, but I was like, I can't keep up with all these. I can't keep up with all. Well, what? Because I had just gotten on and I was just like, oh, this is fun. So I was just swiping and so I'd swipe left or I'd swipe right. And then they would always message you. So then I had like 50 or 60 people in my freaking inbox. And I was like, I can't meet up with all of you. And I can't hold all these conversations. This is crazy. Yeah. And so it got to a point where I didn't mean to ghost people. I just couldn't answer everyone. And I was like, this is a lot. It was overwhelming.
Yeah, it was. But there was the reassuring thing. I feel like it taught me a lot. Whereas, if you are a Viking or Genghis Khan or something, you just go through villages and you're dumping loads. And then you move on. And I feel like it taught those guys a lot. And I feel like that's the same kind of thing modern day is you don't take that stuff serious at all. And if you like dump a load in a chick and she's cool, like you don't fall in love in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I have friends that will get a divorce after 2 or 3 years, instantly start dating another girl, have sex once, and they're already in love.
Oh no, that's not real love. That's just infatuation. That's feelings. That's hormones.
Which is why they get a divorce in another 2 years. That's how it happens. I have friends that have been through 3 or 4 wives because they keep marrying the one they have sex with. And I'm like, dude, how about you have sex with a couple? And then you'll be like, oh, wait a second.
Yeah. Have sex with a few, date around, hang out with a few before you find one that you actually really like to be with for real. Because that's important. I got a super chat here from I don't like. Can I even say this on YouTube?
We'll say it.
Naggers.
Oh my God.
He said, Zia, thank you for the super chat, by the way. He said, Zia, did I hear you say you don't like new blacks?
No one does. No
one likes the new blacks. You like the old blacks.
Yes.
Have you never heard of that? The classic blacks.
Yeah, the jazz. I like jazz. Yeah.
Those ones. We're talking about licorice, of course. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Wallies.
We've given... What?
I said Wallies. Whatever.
Yeah, Wallies. Wiley Wallies.
Yeah. Oop. Yes.
All right. We haven't given any advice yet, but I do have one here for us to start with.
Okay.
Ready? You ready to give advice to these people?
Yes.
Okay. Recently, I moved in with a new roommate, and overall, he was a pretty chill dude, but he is extra concerned over utilities and stuff. He does all that weird stuff like unplugging the microwave when not in use, which is whatever, but the one that grosses me out is how they want me to manage the toilet. There's only one toilet, and they follow if it's yellow, leave it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down rule to conserve water. I thought I was well within reason to flush before pooping to avoid a golden kiss from Poseidon. However, apparently not. They started asking why I'm flushing twice when I should only need to flush once. I literally said I don't want to poop and piss, and they said I shouldn't care. It's a bathroom, and that's what happens. I feel like they're literally counting my flushes now, and I have found them waiting outside the door after I finish, so I can no longer poop in peace without them lurking. This is the strangest situation I have been in. I refuse to poop and to pee, but this is the best place I've been at for a while, so I don't want to fight over how the toilet is used. Why do people have to be so odd?
That's stupid. Yeah,
so
I will never understand the whole, make sure you turn off every light in the house, make sure you turn off this, make sure you put the AC directly at 76 when you leave, and blah, 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 and do all this shit that only factors into 7 cents at the end of the month. Like, dude,
Right.
I don't want happy spins. Okay, I don't want happy spins. I want freaking honeycomb. It tastes better. I'll never, dude. I grew up my whole life eating freaking colorful wheels and marshmallow mateys, and all I wanted was some damn cinnamon toast crunch and Captain Crunch, and I wanted the name brand shit.
Yeah.
My parents would not do it. My dad would turn off every light in the house. All that shit. And I've never understood it. And even water, when it comes to water, like, look, if you leave piss in your toilet bowl, there'll be like a black ring around, like after a day, like a little bitty black ring. Yeah, where the piss line is. Because that's what happens, right? So
yeah.
if you flush it, that won't happen. But if you don't flush it, you won't have the black ring. That's gross. And like, not to mention that the water bill is like $30 a month, maybe.
Yeah.
You can run a hose for a month, and your water bill would be $47. Like, you're not saving any money. You're just being an OCD dickbag that needs to chill the fuck out for a second.
I kind of wonder. Yeah, I agree with you on all those points. And I kind of wonder because I hear people talking about how their electricity bill is like, my electric bill was $750. And I've got to know how. Because, look, we're pretty good about turning lights off. Just I'm a little less good about it. But Nick is kind of that guy that walks around turning shit off. He is like that. He's not super crazy about it, but he just does it.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily, but we have studio lights, you know, I stream 5 nights a week. We've got the TV running a lot of the time. Nick is also gaming while I'm streaming. And our electricity bill, the most that I've ever seen it be so far is like $65, and that was on a high month. Usually it's around 50. So I'm just curious, like, whose electric bill is like 700? What is yours? we don't use a lot of lights, but
my bill last month was $680.
okay, so you're one of those people. How is it so high? Look, I know I have a small house, but like, how is it so high?
The majority of your power is coming from your AC unit, and I have a 3-ton, and I have a 1.5 tons or a 2-ton. I have 2 AC units, like outside units. One for my upstairs, which is 2,700 square feet. My middle floor is 2,000 square feet.
Okay.
And then I have a bottom floor. It just depends on the size of your house. That's going to be the vast majority of it. Also, I do turn off everything, but it's not because, like, I don't turn off everything because I'm trying to save power. I turn off everything because it's dark outside and I'm going to bed, and I don't want my house to be lit up like a damn candle.
Right.
So, but that's it. I mean, other than that, dude, I leave my guitar amps. I leave all my computers on, and I've actually went out and turned off everything, put everything in sleep mode, turned off every single possible thing I can, and my bill was the same, if not higher. Like, it didn't matter.
So it doesn't make any difference. Interesting.
It's the AC. Now, if it's during the fall, my bill will be half of that because my AC is not running. You know what I'm saying? So if it's 70 outside, it's good. But once your AC is running, it's brutal.
So my AC's been running the entire time. Again, this is not a big house though. Like, I live in a 2-bedroom. It's like 1,500 square feet. So it's not tiny. I've been living in apartments for years, but it's not tiny, but it's not like a 3,000 square foot or 4,000 square foot house. So I guess that makes some sense.
Yeah. My old house was 1,300 square feet, and it was $120 pretty much max every month.
Okay. All right. So I guess that makes a little bit more sense. It's like the size of the house, but I was like 680 is a lot too, or 580. That's a lot. But I guess it makes sense if you have a big place that you have to cool down. But yeah, I think these people are being ridiculous about the whole electric thing. I would just have a conversation with them about it and be like, look, I'm not doing this.
It's control.
It's control.
All it is control. It's people exercising control because they lack control in their everyday life. So they lack control in relationships. They lack control in professional environments. So they take back their control in their personal environments, in things like turning off lights and shit, and trying to govern if you can piss or shit in a bowl. That's the whole point.
So weird.
I don't need control in my personal environment because I control every aspect of my life personally. So I'm good. Like, I don't need that.
That's why you're laid back.
Control. Yeah, dude. Everything's figured out. I ain't gotta worry about it.
Oh, I want to get to your point in life, Cody. You're going to be like my guru. Now, guys, I'm doing everything Cody does so that I can get to this point because I feel like I have no control. It's fine. Everything's fine.
You gotta take your shirt off. If you're watching the show on YouTube right now, you have to super chat. Then she takes her shirt off. And
That's true.
And then she can buy hypercars. There you go.
I can buy hypercars, or I can just pay off my debt and then maybe buy hypercars. But I got new bikinis that I actually really want to put on. I got 2
Nice.
came in today. On Amazon, you can set the settings for $10 or under, and they've got a bunch of sale stuff. And I got some bikinis that I'm low-key obsessed with. One of them is so freaking cute. Speaking of super chats, we got one from Johan Naxos. Johan,
Hey,
did I say that right?
Johan Noxos tonight.
Johan Naxos?
He has the little ham banana.
Yeah, he's got the little ham banana.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the super chat. He said, "Oh, the plight of attractive women, so rough." Received last compliment on June 18th, 2007.
Yeah, that's me, dude. Like, I don't get. You know who compliments me? Not women. That's not gonna happen. Except that lady did compliment my mustache like 6 months ago. But if I'm at the gym, black dudes compliment me all the time.
Really? You like your physique or just in general?
If I'm working out and lifting heavy, like if I'm lifting bench pressing, I always get it. Every single time I do bench, a black dude will come up and be like, "That's a lot of weight, man," and like fist bump me. I'm like, "My thanks, man." Like, black dudes are cool. That they always compliment me.
I got a compliment from a black guy today. He told me that I was really beautiful without makeup, and I was like, "Oh, you're smooth, sir. Thank you." Because I look like a fucking bum when I go to the gym. It always surprises me anytime someone comes up and hits on me, because I'm like, "Really? I look like a fucking sweater gremlin. What's happening right now?"
Yeah, I don't hit on girls at the gym. That's weird. And also, if you didn't have makeup on, no, like, because I look my best when I go to the gym.
I don't.
My hair's on point. Okay.
Is it like that?
Yeah, look at that. I got my face lotion. I put my face moisturizer on.
I do that every day.
My body. Trim my beard. I shave my line. Put on my colognes. I put my booty shorts on, which I'm wearing right now.
Oh.
And I put my tank top on, which is freshly washed. Put some deodorant on my gooch too, just in case there's a back room, brothel. And I always try to look my best, man.
I like that. I like that you shower and put your cologne on and everything. I do not do that. I look like seriously, I look like a fucking sweater gremlin. I go in, I've got holes in my clothes because I refuse to buy new clothes and I hate shopping. I'm the fucking worst with that kind of stuff. And I don't wear makeup. My hair is exactly like what my hair looks like right now. I'm going to sleep on this and I'm going to get up tomorrow morning and it's still going to look like this when I go to the gym. I do wash my face and put lotion on though. And I put deodorant on and I put like lotion on my arms and stuff and like and on my chest. Like I do that, but I don't.
That's a white girl thing. Right. So like, and look, I know you're kind of like not all white, but you're pretty white looking.
I'm pretty white looking.
Every white girl I've ever hung out with was kind of slobby and weird. But I think they don't have to be. They don't have to be anything else, right? Because they're already peak. Like, you know how we ain't gonna beat around the bush. Like, white women are peak. Like, they're considered peak in almost every culture. There's a reason why almost every single anime that comes out, the women are. They're Western women. Like, that's the art style.
But aren't Asian women like pretty rude? I feel like everybody thinks Asian women are hot, right?
No. So
No?
the hottest of the hot Asian women are hot. 98.9% of Asian women look like gargoyles. You know what I'm saying? The average white woman looks like a white woman.
See, I came from such a different place. It's such the opposite for me. The white girls in Hawaii are not. First of all, do you know what happens to white girls if they spend too much time in the sun? They get fucking old.
They turn into monsters.
Yeah, they get old and wrinkly real quick. That's why I'm a psycho about going in the sun, and I don't. But in Hawaii, it's Asian women or like Hapa or like any kind of. Those are all the like it girls, the attractive girls, the hot girls, the girls that all the guys want to date. So that's like my weird experience growing up, and so it always trips me out when people are like, "Yeah, white girls." I'm like, "What? Why? What's going on?"
I think it's because there's a higher average of white girls that are above average looking. Like, because. The issue is, man, I live in a college town, so like 20% of the college next to me is Asian.
Oh yeah.
So, and I've seen a lot of Asian girls on dating apps. I've met a lot of Asian girls through mutuals, and like a very attractive Asian woman is like hyper attractive. It's like it's like a fucking a jewel, but the vast majority of Asian women look like Asian men. Like they look like rural Asian men, and you can't fucking put makeup on it. It's not a thing you can do. It doesn't work that way. You ever seen those TikToks, and it will be like the most gargoyle looking lady, and she like puts all these fake things on and like all this tape on her, and and she looks like a freaking doll. Yeah, that's the before picture is what the average Asian woman looks like.
Okay, I guess I've never paid a lot of attention to this. I've just always, I guess maybe Asian women get fetishized a lot. But you're right, it's like the hot ones.
Asian women get fetishized by men that only had sex once or 0 times.
What? What's our 0 times? All right, I'm here.
Sorry, dude. I have hooked up with countless of Asian women, and they were all attractive Asian women.
Right.
And you can't beat white women. White women are just gross. Like it. I like gross white women.
You
they're
like
just
gross white women. We are gross.
They're
I don't know what it
gross.
is.
That and Hispanic women.
Okay.
Hispanic women are a close second.
All right.
Love Hispanic women because they're like Hispanic women are just white ladies, but like darker. And then sometimes they just speak Spanish, which is cool too.
Which
like,
is hot.
So,
That's hot, right?
yeah.
I feel like if anyone can speak another language, if a guy had like accents, all girls like accents, but there are yes, there are certain accents that it's like super, super hot. I'm like, just talk to me for a little bit. You're from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I hear it.
Yeah.
Say water again.
Yeah, like it's like when I talk to Cecil.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. He's a beautiful man.
You have it too, though. You also have the accent. That's got to work in your favor.
I got the southern. I remember growing up, no shit. I remember being 13, 14 years old. And I had like 6 friends in this really tight knit group. I had like the 6 friends that you would hang out with at lunch every day, play games with. When Xbox Live came out, we were all in the same party playing games for years and years and years until we eventually like all grew up and grew apart. But every one of them, before we ever got into sexual relationships at all, every single one of my friends thought Asian women were like God. They were like God.
Yeah.
Like everyone was like, oh, Asian. And then
That's
now
what I'm used to.
We're all grown up now. We've all we've dated Asian women before. We've all dated all these women, and and me, dude, I've been through the ringer, and I just something about like what it boils down to is it's all personality based.
It is.
White women and Hispanic women tend to have very colorful personalities. Depending on who you meet, on average, more. Every single Asian woman's the same.
Really?
They're all strange and laid back. They're really laid back, which is cool, but they're also like really strange, and they're always extremely highly motivated through their parents. Every single, and this isn't. It's not even. It's
that's
like a
the
meme.
Stereotype. Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
a
No,
meme.
that's like
Yeah,
talked about always.
Every single Asian girl I ever hooked up with, their parents were like fucking hawks, and they were like always flying over them.
Those helicopter parents that fucking
And two of these women that I talked to or I hooked up with, 2 of them, they're like Asian parents like bought them like a $400,000 house, and the Asian parents didn't even live in the U.S.
Oh my God!
They bought them like a $400,000 house in this city, and they just live in it now. I don't forget that one girl. This girl was 19 years old. I was hanging out with. Now, granted, look, I was 28. I know it's weird, but whatever. And
I'm not judging.
We were hanging out, and she had a boyfriend too. It was really funny. So we were hanging out.
You told that story before.
Same girl,
yeah.
Same girl. And I remember she was like, "Yeah, I just bought a house," and I'm like, "You don't have a job and you're 19. You just go to school." I was like, "How'd you buy a house?" She's like, "Oh, my dad bought it," and I'm like, "Oh, that makes sense."
God, I go back and forth between being really thankful that my dad was the way he was and then being annoyed because I'm like, I could have had something. Because my dad he did buy me a car. He bought me my first car. And I was like 16, but it was after that he was kind of like, yeah, now you're going to get a job and you're on your own. And he's really never given me anything in life. Like I've had to work for everything I've had, which is great. Like it's good. It's good to have good work ethic. It's made it so I feel like no matter what situation I'm in, I can take care of myself, and that's a good thing. But then sometimes I can't help but be a little salty when I meet people who are like, that's my dad bought me this BMW and he bought me this house. And I'm like, motherfucker.
That's I agree, but your situation's preferred. So like
it is.
When I grew up in a trailer park, my dad gave me a 1993 F-150 that did not run when I was 16. So me and him went outside, we started messing with it, we got it running.
Cool.
And
I like
drove
that.
it to school. And then I traded it in for a Jeep Cherokee Laredo that was $4,500, and I paid on it for like a year. And then I traded in for a V6 2001 Mustang. So my whole life I've been doing this.
Right.
And it's because my parents just didn't have the money, right? So, but I have friends, and keep in mind, I was 21 when I bought my first house, 23, 32 when I bought my third house. And like I've been building credit, doing all this stuff all myself.
Good.
I moved out when I was 18, did it all myself. And it's not because anybody for. It's just I had the opportunity. Like my dad's like, well, are you gonna stay here? I'm like, well, I guess I'll move in with my ex-wife. So that's who I moved in with. And
Right.
then we got a house, and just started getting the ball rolling. And it was because I just wanted to do things on my own. It's just how I always wanted to be. And I have friends that are career students, and they have like masters in like engineering and
Right.
or a master's in business or a master's in, they have all I have like a couple friends that all have 8-year degrees, and their parents are like multimillionaires. I'm specifically thinking of one person, but I do have a few friends like this. But one person in particular, they're like parents make like $10 million a year, like salary.
Holy Jesus.
And this all they required of their kid was to go to college.
So they just go to school to get the degree
they
so
just
that
go
they
to
have their
college.
parents take care of them.
I guess so. And they got like ended up getting finally after 10 years getting a bachelor's, and their parents like bought them a mansion to they just live in a mansion now. But the thing is, they don't have a job.
They don't have life skills.
They don't want to do anything, and all they do is sit there on their couch every day and just do drugs all day, every day.
That's not a great life. I wouldn't like that.
And they're super depressed. They're like, man, I just wish I could do stuff. And I'm like,
you can go do stuff.
You can, but you don't realize that you're waiting for your mom to call you and be like, here's a thing we have for you to do, because they don't know any better. They're like waiting around. It's like, dude, you have to go do that shit yourself.
Yeah, that I find bizarre. Figure out what your passion is. Figure out what you like in life. Do a bunch of stuff. I did a bunch of shit. I tried all kinds of jobs, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. I was like, maybe I'll run gyms. No, that's not what I wanted to do.
It is through adversity that you grow. And somebody that's grown up with millionaire parents that give them everything they want, they never found adversity. There was no adversity. There was no point in your young adult life to where if you don't do this thing, if you don't get up at 8:30 a.m. and go to your job, then you will lose the place you live in. No, those people were like, well, I could just quit this job and I could just go home to my mansion that my parents gave me. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So there's no point. There's no drivenness. There's no point in pushing forward.
I get it.
You already won.
Yeah, I get it. I guess if you think about it in that way of like, okay, that sounds really cool because you've never had that. For me, I guess it's just the ability to relax. Like, I'd like to get to the point where I can relax a little bit. Like, I don't think I've ever been relaxed in a sense of like, okay, I know things are cool because things are covered. And it's just kind of always been this like stress in me constantly of like, okay, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to make sure these ends meet, I need to make sure that this is taken care of, and I've got this bill and that, and like I have to take care of this person because that's just kind of how I am.
The issue, Zia, and the thing that sucks is you strive for that relaxation, right?
Yeah,
that's what you strive for,
right?
It doesn't exist.
You don't get there ever, huh?
No. Dude, I have. There has been times where I had more money in my bank account than I ever fathomed that I would ever even get close to, and I can't roll. I just can't.
Just can't relax.
I need to push forward. It's so weird. It's like almost like I've went in the complete opposite direction from those friends I was talking about. I have friends. I'll be like so stressed out, I can't even sleep, and my friends are like, "Why don't you just take time off?" And I'm like, I can't do that." And they're like, "Why?" I'm like, "Because I just can't." Mm-hmm. I'll have a weekend where every fiber of my being wants to relax, and a race team will call me on like Wednesday, and they're like, "Hey, you want to drive our car Saturday?" And I'm like, without hesitation, I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be there."
Right.
But I don't want to do it. I will when I get there. I'll be like, "Hell yeah!" And when I'm done, when I'm through the whole process, I'm like, "This was awesome," And when I get home that Sunday night and I'm relaxing, I'm like, "Man, I'm glad I did that. That was awesome."
Right.
But that Wednesday, every fiber of my being is screaming, "Don't, dude, just stay home and relax. Please stay home and relax." But I can't say no. I'll be there.
Yep.
It's just not part of my. It's not part of my makeup. I can't do it. I have to continue.
Literally the same. And I'm not one of those people that can, like, this morning I got up at 6 because I just woke up and I couldn't go back to sleep. So I got up and I paced around for 2.5 hours while I did work on my phone before I went to the gym. Like, that's the kind of nervous energy person that I am. Like, people are like, "How do you get so many steps in a day?" I'm like, I fucking pace because I have anxiety. Like, I don't know. That's just how I am all the time. And it's so hard to, like, even I can't sit still. I'm not one of those people.
Yeah. It's like I told you before the stream started. Like, I'm working on trying to buy that thing.
Yeah.
And and now I'm in this weird spot where nothing's happening.
Right.
Right, like there's nothing progressing, and I'm just stressed out. I'm like, I just want this. I want this.
You want to get it done. Yeah,
I gotta get this done. I don't know, man. It's something that you can never do. Like Like I sold like all my like the majority of my racing stuff recently. Like, and I had some high dollar shit, and it didn't change anything.
Jeez.
Just you never get to the
You
relaxation.
just never get. All right. So you know what? I'm gonna stop chasing it. I'm just gonna get to a point where at least my shit's paid for, and that'll be it. We got a super chat from Russell Hall. Russell Hall, thank you for the $2 super chat. He says, "What about Indian with women? Feathers, not dots."
Feathers, not dots. Okay, yeah. I don't know. I think I've hooked up with a girl that was in some shape or form Native American, like, but not a lot. And I don't really think I have an opinion. I guess you would have to. They would have to be like you would have to be in, I don't know, in some area of the U.S. and they're like straight up, like almost entirely indigenous. Like maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, I've seen some Native American women that are gorgeous. But then again, I don't really know. Like I don't know. That's something I don't. It's like Aboriginal like people. Like you would. I've never seen any, and I wouldn't see any like in Australia.
Right. Oh, we also got $20 on Streamlabs. Sorry, I don't think I know any Native American people either. I got to get up to look at that one because I can't see it.
I need to Google like a dating app, and it's just for Native Americans and me. Native American
Americans and the one super white guy that's on the app. Jovia, thank you so much for the $20 donation on Streamlabs. I really appreciate it. There was no message with it. It was just a donation. You're freaking awesome. Thank you so much.
Nice. Look at them
That's
bitches
so
over
nice.
giving you money for no reason.
For
No reason.
no reason at all. Holy Ozone also with the super chat. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. We got a yellow guy in the chat.
Rob,
Hey,
yellow.
yellow, gold.
That's gold, son.
Excuse me. Sorry,
Come on.
gold.
Come on.
It is gold, silver and
Rob
gold.
boy.
He says, yeah, having stuff paid off is a nice relief. Yeah, I got into a situation where I've just ended up with a bunch of credit card debt, and I got hit with a really big tax bill. And that for the past, like, this whole first half of this year has been like an extreme amount of stress. And I've been doing good at paying it down, but there's still so much. Like, it's all I think about when I wake up. It's so terrible. And I need to get the credit cards paid off. I need to get the taxes paid down. Otherwise, I'm going to have a freaking aneurysm.
Yeah, the tax bill every year it just rolls over. So like I'll get my tax bill and it's like unlimited. It's like a bunch of numbers, and I'm like, well, this sucks.
It's so high.
And then I just roll it over into my payment program that I'm already doing.
Oh.
So for the last 4 years I've been paying like $1,800 a month.
Oh my God. See, I couldn't even afford to do that though. That's the problem right now.
Yeah, it's whatever, but it's something I have to do, and I wish the IRS was abolished. That would be so cool.
Don't even get me started.
I could use that monies. I'm gonna be honest, and you'll find that people that like to claim that they are for higher taxes, which is the weirdest shit in the world.
Yeah, fuck off.
Anybody in this country that claims unironically that they're for higher taxes, because if it's for a good cause, because they roll their whole life based on a moral grandstanding thing, so they can tell their friends that they're better than them. Mm-hmm. But anybody that unironically says they're for more taxes do not pay net into taxes. It's impossible. There's no way on earth that you're going to get your tax bill and it's $54,000 that you have to pay tomorrow, and you're going to be like, well, at least it's going to a good place. No, it's going 99.9% into inflated military budgets. Mm-hmm. That's what it's going to. You ain't getting shit. It's going to your road. No, that's not what those taxes go.
No, state taxes do, and even then, it's bullshit because I feel like there's an insane amount of misspending. I don't think they have anything budgeted properly in the slightest. And the amount of taxes, it got to a point like, what tax did we used to have when this country was first founded? Was there any tax? I know we paid taxes, but I know it wasn't income tax. I know it wasn't sales tax. I know it wasn't property tax.
It was probably like tax on like items were individual, like a consumption tax or something. But I don't really know. I don't know. I just don't want to pay no money, Zia. That's all I'm saying. I don't know the history, but I wish FDR in his goofy wheelchair would have rolled off a cliff right next to Woodrow Wilson.
I agree with you. Piece of shit asshole.
Oh, it's only for the war. Oh, here we are 80 years later, and I'm still paying freaking 29 grand in cash a year to the IRS.
Oh.
God, what are they doing?
Don't even get me started. Tricky, Tricky said the best way to do taxes when you're self-employed is to put 30% of everything you have come in to a savings account, then pay your yearly with that. Tricky, I was doing that. I was actually paying my estimated taxes, but I made a bit more than I had anticipated, and it was my first year as a LLC, and I didn't realize that this, because I wasn't filing as an S corporation that year. I didn't realize that there was it was just my first time, and I didn't know it was so bad. There's a 15% self-employment tax that is brutal.
Yeah.
And that was like completely, just absolutely wrecked me.
Yep. It makes me angry. That is the only thing about like government conversations, like political or whatever, is that like gets me fiery, is when people argue at all for taxes. I'm like, I will kill you in front of everyone. Like, how dare you? And it's always the same motherfucker. Every time I have this conversation, it's somebody that makes 42 grand a year and gets $1,000 back during tax refund. I had a friend, no shit, dude. I'm not even joking. I had a guy that I was talking to this. I'm like it was when they were voting to abolish the IRS like a year ago. There was that goofy bill that was never going to pass, and they put it through. And my friend was like, "I don't support it," and I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Why?" Like, don't you want more money? And they're like, no, I rely on my tax refund every year, dude. And I'm like, holy shit, you're retarded.
Are you retarded? Oh my God.
You're literally a retarded person.
Essentially what you're doing is, by the way, when you get a refund, is you're lending the government money and they're paying you back with no interest. You could have invested that money and actually made something from it.
You're literally giving 10 to 11 grand to the federal government, and then they give you $1,000 back.
Ooh, that's one of the dumbest
Don't
things
you
I've
want
ever
the
heard.
full 11 grand? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, people are that dense. They think they're like, I want my tax refund. I'm like, but you would have 10 grand instead of one.
You wouldn't need the refund.
And they can't fathom it. They're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, what? Like, what do you mean?
That's so infuriating. Holy
yeah, it makes
shit.
me like want to throw shit, dude. I'm like, so I can't believe there's people that, and the people that either advocate for it, like I said, either don't pay in or they are giant political commentators, like what that fruity ass dude, what's his name, Hassan Piker.
Oh,
yeah,
he's a streamer, right?
Yeah, he's like
a big streamer.
Full socialism, and I'm like, you do realize the system that you support would not allow you to exist,
right?
But you buy your Ferraris, don't you, Hassan? You like Ferraris? You like your Ferrari, right?
Of course.
And they're like, yeah, but still, I would forego this if it was good for people to be able to get food and housing. I'm like, no, you wouldn't. Shut your mouth. You wouldn't be streaming right now. You'd be giving all your excess money to those people. You'd be donating all your money to charities. You'd be getting rid of all that shit. It's all performance art to make more damn money. And I have no problem telling people I love money.
Same.
Yeah, people
Lets me live.
Dude, I tell people all the time, look, you don't have to super chat me. That no one is ever required to do that. But goddamn, bless you. I'm gonna put this on a bathtub and roll around in it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
We gotta do that one time for real. Get a bunch of cash out and throw it up in, I
mean, it goes to my bills, obviously, but still, like people that like to morally grandstand and say money doesn't mean anything to them, but they also get paid $20 million a year. I want to punch them in the face.
I know. Trust me. It's the same people who are like, yeah, let's, and I don't mean to get all crazy political about this too. This is also a very nuanced conversation to have, but it's the same people who live in Hollywood and they're like, yeah, open borders, while they live behind their fucking security walls and shit that are locked. And they're like, yeah, but don't come here.
Oh, there's a great video. There's an English guy and he's in like London, and he's walking around with a petition, and he's asking all these like British ass people. He's like, would you like to sponsor a refugee? And they're like, what does that mean? It's like, well, a refugee will come stay in your house. And they're all protesting, saying refugees are welcome. Every one of them. And he asks every single person in line. And there is not one single person that says, oh, I mean, I don't have enough space in my house, though.
Mm-hmm. Sure you don't.
But refugees are welcome, but not in my house. I mean, somebody else's house. Well, where are they going to go? Nowhere. They're going to be on the street, and then when your 16-year-old girl walks by an alleyway, they're going to pull them in and give them the freaking full beans because their culture isn't the same as yours.
Yeah. Well, and not only that, it's just like, where are they going to live? Like, you just want them live like that. I know that that's an instance that can happen, but it's like, so they're just supposed to live on the street, and we're just letting these people live and take shits on the street and just whatever.
Well, they give them, I think they have government programs that give them housing and money and food and all that, but those people aren't grateful for it. They'll show up to the office to get their check, and they will be violent if it's late.
Yeah.
Where's my money? They don't give up. They're not grateful. They're not. The culture is different, and it's nothing wrong with them. It's just their culture's not. It's completely different. I mean, one of my friends, their dad worked in a like a registration office or something in like Maine. I think it was Maine, or it was in Massachusetts, maybe, or Maine. And there was like a bunch of Somalian, I think, refugees that came in, and they were all like excited because they were like, okay, these people are going to be really grateful that we're giving them like government money so they can have a better life. And he said he couldn't, he had no idea how wrong he was going to be, because these people would show up like threatening to break stuff because they're in line and it's taking time to get their money. And they're like all screaming, like people are screaming, "Where's my money? You promised me money. Where's my money? Give me my money right now." They are not grateful. It's a different culture.
Right.
It is
Holy
not.
shit.
They don't. People think when they're voting for these policies, everybody thinks like a white girl, like in their 20s, right?
Right.
Oh, well, they're going to be grateful because I would be grateful. Like, but then
That's the best white girl I've heard.
You got somebody that comes from North Africa, and that's not part of their vocabulary. Where's my fucking money? If you don't give me my money, I will fucking kill you. That's their culture. So like, why are they not grateful? This is so weird. I voted for this and they don't even care. Yeah, because in their country, they don't get their money, they die or you die. That's the difference. So like, it's no different. They don't just come here and they're like, oh, thank God for all these people that give me free money. Like, it's not like that. None of these people are grateful. There's a reason why Sweden's grape percentage went from the lowest in the world to the highest.
Seriously, is that real?
Yeah, because they let in like 100,000 refugees.
Holy crap, that is terrifying.
Yes, Sweden is the grape capital of the entire world right now, and it was not even in the list. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say Sweden used to be super safe, and like I've always wanted to go to Sweden, like always wanted to go to Sweden. Maybe not now so much.
Yeah, it's crazy because
that's insane.
Why are they doing this? This is so weird. We're giving them stuff and we're letting them in our country to have a better life because it's not their culture.
Right.
Their culture is they see a 11-year-old like white girl that's not got anybody to defend them. They're like, well, that's a free lunch for my ass. That's what they see.
Which, I mean, you think about
culture.
Right. You think about the same thing of like people complain about women's rights here and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't strive to get better. You should. But I mean, I don't really personally have many complaints at the moment. We're pretty free. But but you know, they complain about it here, and it's like if you look at other cultures and other countries, the way that women are treated is absolutely insane. Like absolutely insane. And you don't think about that. You go into it with this sort of American mindset because this is how you grew up. And you don't think about it when you go to other countries. Like, I couldn't dress like this going to the Middle East. I'd be murdered immediately. Like, that's absolutely, like immediately. And I know that. And it's one of those things that's like, you don't really understand quite how good we have it here. And again, I'm not saying that doesn't mean that you shouldn't try to be better. You shouldn't be like, oh, wow, other stuff is so much worse, so let's never strive to be better. That's also stupid. But the point is that you can sort of look at it with a little bit of perspective and realize that maybe you shouldn't complain about the dumb stuff. Maybe don't complain about the stupid shit.
It all boils down to the same shit. The Western world is completely different. Yeah. So we are over here coloring our hair pink and saying that we are a fluid copter gator, and the government should adhere to my fluid copter gatorness. And if you don't, you should go to jail or re-education camp, like in Canada, which is what they actually do there if you misgender somebody. So like, the fact of the matter is, we are over here arguing over the most petty shit possible because life is so good.
Because we have the time and the energy to argue about this shit.
In the Middle East or in North Africa, your entire goal in life is to not starve or die.
Yeah.
If you went over there and if you went over to a guy and he was like, "What are you doing here?" And you're like, just adventuring and proving to people in the West that Africa is actually safe. And they're like,
it's not.
It's like, silly girl, you don't need to be here. And it's like, I'm actually not a woman. I am gender fluid. That guy would be like, oh, okay. And he would punch you and then bend you over and just wreck your ass. And cut your head
he'd
off.
be like, you look like a woman to me. He spreads you open.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
your head off. And then you're going to be like, huh, wow. If only I didn't like care about being misgendered. Like that'd be the craziest shit. That would be a great reality show, like a real reality show. Take like 4 of those girls that are living in LA right now that are hyper like offended at everything because they live in a gated community
Right.
and like the only thing they can worry about is like gender now because there's nothing else, right? It's the weak man create bad times create strong men. So take 4 of those girls and then put them in Saudi Arabia and then we get to film it.
Oh, that'd be amazing. I'd watch that. It's like putting what was that show where Nicole Richie and Paris Hilton went to go do like real actual work, like manual labor? It'd be like that, but extreme.
Yeah, I mean, could you imagine?
Oh my God, I would watch that. It'd be amazing.
Dead first day.
I'd still watch it. I'd watch them die.
Well, they'd have to have like security out the ass, but because they would like yell at some like Middle Eastern guy for being a misogynist, and he'd be like, "What?" And he'd just pull out a fucking AK. But what? Like,
throw acid on their faces.
you can't hit me. I'm a girl, and also I'm equal, so you can hit me, but you can't hit me. It's like, bitch, eat my ass. I'm gonna hit you.
He's gonna hit you. He's gonna hit you, and he's a lot stronger, so there's not really anything you can do about it. Good luck.
Oh boy. Oh.
Unless you have a gun.
Yep.
Oh God.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say also I think adversely too, the reason that a lot of people are yelling about gender and all this stuff, and I truthfully don't care. Call whatever you want to call yourself. I don't give a shit. But also don't yell at people for misgendering you. Sometimes get the fuck over it. Stop. Like that annoys
100%.
me so much.
100%.
But at the same time, I think the reason that so many people are so annoyed with this is because we do have a lot of poverty in this country, and a lot of people are working hard and barely making ends meet and just trying to pay bills and get food on the table and raise their families. Yep. So they don't have time or the capacity for some fucking blue-haired asshole to be yelling at them, being like, you need to be a better person. And they're like, my house is about to be foreclosed on. Go fuck yourself. You
will notice the background of all these people are so similar. They are usually white women, and they're usually in their early 20s, and they grew up wealthy or upper middle class.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they had no time for this shit.
No, right? I don't have time to worry about this stuff.
They're always in college. Like, dude, I didn't even have that option. When I was growing up, my mom and dad were like, hey, I was like 14 or 13. My mom and dad were like, hey, if you want to go to college, you got to get a full ride scholarship. And I'm like, okay.
My dad told me that's
not happening. I'm retarded, so that's not happening. So I never went to college.
Like, my dad told me that too.
They're going to their full ride college, paid for by their parents, $400,000, wherever Ivy League school you want to go to, and they're gonna get in, and they go there and they immediately learn like propaganda, and then they come out and they're like, nee! And it's like, bro, the only reason you can believe this is because you have time and money to do so. Otherwise, you're struggling. Look at Kensington, Pennsylvania. That place is like the homeless capital of the world.
Is it? Is it that bad?
Oh, it's unfucking believable. Yeah, it's every square foot of that city is just needles and like tranquilizer and that other shit that kills people and fentanyl.
Fentanyl, yeah.
And the thing is, the people in power will give UBI to these people so they can continue doing it. They will give out needles to these people so they can continue doing it. Like, because they don't have any other option. Like, you clean up the streets and get everybody out the hell, and you arrest everybody, throw them away. Or B, you just give money so they can get fucked up all day.
I mean, Jesus, yeah. They could, at the very least, get people some treatment. God damn. I know that that's hard to do when somebody doesn't want treatment. The drug thing is a weird one, man. I don't know what the right answer is there. It's like if you throw a bunch of drug users in jail, then they're just in jail, and it costs a lot of money to keep people in jail. But then at the same time, do they get treatment? Do they get out? Like, what? You can't just leave them there. I don't even know what the answer is with that one. Like, that's such a fucking... I think about that sometimes because my sister. Like, this is actually thoughts I've had. But yeah, I don't even know where you'd begin with the fucking drug problems because you can't make it go away.
Kill them all.
Just kill them all. Does anyone on drugs? Just get rid of them. Cody's got the advice right there. Boom.
No, dude, like, there's just too many. I don't know what you could do. Probably, I don't know. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say because, like, they got to go somewhere, I guess. Like, where are they going to go? Because, I mean, if you look at Kensington, Pennsylvania, there's actual 24/7 streams on YouTube of like street cameras.
All right, I'm gonna have to check this out. That's crazy.
And there's hundreds of people lining the walls of the street, and they're all just doing drugs like in front of the camera. And all the cameras, the feeds are actually from law enforcement.
That's insane.
No, no one gets arrested. There's needles everywhere. You can go to Kensington, Pennsylvania right now and get off the subway and go down the stairs, and there is thousands of needles on the stairs.
That gives me anxiety. That gives me so much anxiety.
There's people that will stream and they'll live stream and they'll get off the subway and they'll walk and they'll film it. And there are homeless people sleeping all over the stairs. You have to step over them. They're everywhere. Like it is like a sea of people in
I
every
didn't realize
direction.
it was that bad. Jesus Christ.
They're
That
not
is
very
like LA.
violent. They're not very violent either.
Well, yeah, because they're all drugged up. They're all have injected heroin, so they're nice and docile. Maybe that's why they give it out. They're like, fuck it. If they're sleeping, we don't have to deal with them.
It's not even heroin anymore. It's tranquilizer mixed with fentanyl.
Jeez, and how are these people not dying?
It's called Zombie Nation. So like they will literally, they can't walk. They just kind of lean.
Oh yeah, I've seen those videos where they're like this, but they're like standing, but they're not
and they're like
quite...
hunched over.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Yeah, so that's what's going on in Kensington, Pennsylvania, and I mean anywhere else. Anywhere else in the U.S. where there's a giant homeless population. So.
Killing it. We're doing nothing about it. I love it. I love it. All our tax money is going to Ukraine. Why would we do anything about this? Brian McCann, thank you so much for the super sticker. We got a $1.49 super sticker from Brian. Brian, I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yay.
Yay. And then we have a $5 super chat from Discount Superhero. Never fear, Discount Superhero is here. He says, do not roll naked in money. You'll get a staph infection. Don't ask me or ask me how I know, or don't ask me how I know. Discount Superhero, I'm asking, how do you know? What have you done? Money is dirty as hell.
Yeah, dude.
And then we just got one from Russell Hall. Russell Hall, thank you for the $2 super chat. He says, do what the Taliban did, round them up and force detox. What? God help us if we're looking to the fucking Taliban for guidance. That's what I read afterwards.
You know what's weird? You know what's actually weird? One of the weirdest things ever is the Taliban. You can actually look. There's a guy that like went to a Taliban controlled area, and he had security detail, and it was just people in the Taliban. And then like there was people like there was like a ruckus, and like they needed like somebody policing. There was like a fight or something, and the Taliban like come to these people's rescue. And you like start to ask yourself like, the Taliban took over. But like, why is it that white dudes can go over there with cameras and just hang out with the Taliban and they're just drinking and having a good time? I'm like, aren't they bad? I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought that for years the Taliban was like evil, and then you see all these. It's just normal ass dudes. They're like in their 20s and they're like in the Middle East and they're in the Taliban, and they're like people from all over countries are coming and doing tours and visits, and like the Taliban has complete control over the entire area.
Bizarre.
And it's normal. There's like businesses and grocery stores and like daycares and kids and like. Where's all the like grape? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know that it's necessarily that it's graping and all that kind of stuff. I think it's more just that they basically don't let. I think it's more women, but it's also just religious extremism. So it's like if you're not super religious, you're gonna die. And then also for women, it's like, yeah, you're not gonna read, you can't have a job, and if you step outside with any part of you showing, you're also gonna be fucking stoned to death. I think it's that kind of shit.
Yeah, it's like Sharia law. What I'm saying,
right.
The Taliban, there was like these 4 dudes hanging out, and like all of them were from different religions.
Really?
And they, like, this like Christian and this Islamic dude went to like the mosque together.
That's
like,
wild.
And the Islamic dude was like in the Taliban, and it was like everybody was completely cool. It was the weirdest.
Do you think it's like not as extreme as they make it out to be?
I think from what I saw in all these videos is it looks like the Taliban just took over and installed a new government, and it is not necessarily like what we saw on CNN in 2004.
Interesting. Okay.
Where they're like cutting heads off and like, blah! Like I feel like it was just these people overthrew, and now they're in power, and they've been in power for a long time now, and the country is just running like normal.
I'm curious if like you talked about. All right, so we got Tricky. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Tricky said Taliban figured out the PR game. I wonder if it's something like that. Like they just figured out how to make it look like, see, we're not so bad, or if they're really not so bad. But I'd be curious to talk to local people who live there and see what they have to say about it. Because I feel like that's the only way you know.
It could be like North Korea, right? So it could be like you go on a tour and everything's super chill because they make it that way.
But then you hear about the people who escaped North Korea, and they're like, it was literal hell. And like they talk about their experiences, and you're like, oh my God. Like it could be something like that.
Well, I feel like there's a much larger disconnect with North Korea because it's so damn on the nose. It's like when like Americans come back after like being in North Korea for a long time, and like maybe they were in government custody, they always like will come back and make a statement.
Right.
And they'll be like, North Korea is actually great. There's food for everyone. Everyone's so happy. Kim Jong-un was so nice to me. He took me everywhere. It was a great time. They fed
Yeah.
me. We played golf. It was great. And it's like, why did you lose 110 pounds? It's like, I was on a diet and and exercising. It's like, you weigh 84 pounds and you're 6'1".
Yeah, you're emaciated. You look like you're about to
Yeah,
die.
like-
You're gonna keel
like-
over.
And they'll do the statement in North Korea, like on TV, right? And then they'll go home. It's like that one guy, he like made that statement in North Korea. He was like in police custody.
Mm-hmm.
He made a statement and he was like, North Korea is awesome. Kim Jong-un's awesome.
Yeah.
The greatest place in the world. I love it. And then he gets home and dies because he's like so malnourished.
Yeah.
He like, dies in the hospital like right when he gets home.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that story, and you're like, yeah, it seemed really, really great. Totally
Yep.
not insane at all.
Totally.
Yeah. I'm going to go through a couple of super chats. We got one from Brian McCann for $2. Brian, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, Zia Cody, latex and leather stream, big money. We've got some people that want a latex goal. I got to get some latex stuff. How fun would that be?
Dude,
right?
If you saw how big this room, so my desk goes all the way over here. Okay. I could set up another PC and I have a freaking 8 input fucking mixer right here. Put another mic, I have 3 DSLR cameras, bruh.
Latex. Let's
We
go.
can do
It's
this.
going to be a fucking dungeon. We're going to turn this into a dungeon. We need whips also, maybe some chains.
Yeah.
This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. I'm not going to tell you who's getting whipped, guys. You'll have to watch to find out.
Yeah. Super chat and find out who gets slapped around.
Yeah. Low IQ Media, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Hi, Low IQ Media. He said, are you planning on reffing half a soccer match? What's up, all? Also, hello, Master Lions. You freaking gem, you. And Outlaw 2 and Tricky. There's so many awesome people in chat right now. Elle said, hello, everyone. Hi, you guys. It's so nice to see all of you. Yeah, I'm reffing a soccer match or something. God damn it.
Fuck yeah.
Rest in
Sorry.
peace.
R.I.P.
All right, what's the next advice?
The next advice. All right, let's do this.
We ranted about taxes and brown people for so long.
That's what people they came here for advice and they just heard about taxes and yeah, how hot Asian chicks are or aren't. All right. So this one is titled Boys Don't Cry. So I've been dating a woman for a little bit. It's not serious, just sort of casual, but I really like her. We've been on 3 dates. Last night she was staying over and she asked me what I was thinking about because I was still awake at 5 a.m. I said it's complicated and she wouldn't understand, but she pressed me. So I started telling her about the trauma I experienced in the Iraq War, about my friends dying and people trying to kill me, etc., etc. While talking, I started breaking down and crying. She interrupted me and went on a rant about how men don't cry and I shouldn't be crying and blah, blah, blah. So then I felt even worse. I really like this woman and I want to continue seeing where this relationship goes, but I don't know about how she reacted. I've been in psychotherapy for about 6 years and I've been diagnosed with chronic post-traumatic stress disorder, so chronic PTSD. And I don't know how I can move forward in a relationship with a woman if I can't process my trauma. What should I do? She sounds like a bitch. Move on. That's a terrible thing to say.
No. So here's my advice.
Oh, no.
So, she is 100% correct.
Really?
Unfortunately,
Come on, no.
listen, Zia, let me explain my point. Damn you, Zia. You can't just have big titties and think I ain't gonna say what I need to say. Okay.
Just look at my tits, Cody. Look at them.
So there is not a female on this planet that has the correct hormones that's going to see a man sobbing in front of them and it's not going to change how they feel somewhere subconsciously. There is not a man on this planet that's going to see another man sobbing that's going to not feel the same way. It's the unfortunate truth about biology. It sucks. And trust me, you know me, Zia. I watch fucking How's Moving Castle and nothing sad's happening and I get teary. That's just how I am. I watch Interstellar and it goes to the scene where he goes and watches his kids. I'm dead. I cannot have a girl around me when I'm watching that shit. But it's just the uncomfortable truth. If there's a female you know and her boyfriend breaks up with her and she breaks down in a group of men and women mixed, everyone will circle around her and pet her on the head and say, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. If a man does that, everyone's going to look around awkwardly and fucking half the people are going to leave. Like, we're just different people. And there are women out there, 100%. Dude, probably the vast majority of women will say, oh, well, I would be there for him. I would understand. They're saying it, but it doesn't change anything. You know what I'm saying? Men, unfortunately, no matter what the situation is, have to uphold the masculine part of our society. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why women can have mental health days and go chill in the bed and sob and no one bats an eye. But men can't do that. We just can't. And even though we do struggle a lot, we have to struggle in silence. It's fine, Zia. What's wrong?
See,
it's fine, Zia. It's fine.
I don't feel that way. I've seen people that I've been with cry before, and it's not changed the way I felt about them at all. I don't know. I feel like that's such a cold, heartless move, especially when it's something like PTSD and he's talking about something so traumatic like his friend's dying and he's starting to cry. I don't know. To me personally, I would want to be there for them. Now, this is different than maybe a guy who cries about everything all the time. Yeah. That can get exhausting. I'd be like, Jesus Christ, get your shit together, my guy. I don't cry that often.
I get it. Yeah, I agree with that. Let me dive in a little bit deeper. If a man breaks down in tears because his mother or father passes away,
yeah,
it's a little different.
Yeah.
I'm speaking more, if a guy's breaking down every night because he has PTSD, that's not going to work. I'm sorry, it's not going to work for a woman. You're going to get fucking over that in 2 seconds. You said something very interesting. You said, I've seen guys that I've been with in the past break down, and you were okay with it. Why are you not still with them?
Oh, well, I am.
Oh, fuck you. Why you do this to me every stream?
I'm sorry, you asked.
War movies.
I wasn't going to do that.
Damn, Zia.
It's only happened twice, and again because of like legitimate PTSD issues, and I never felt any differently. It's like not changed anything for me. I don't know.
That secrets out of school.
It's been twice in 9 years. So
okay, so you said PTSD, so this is an Iraq thing.
Yeah, so this is an Iraq thing. And Tricky, thank you so much for the super chat. He said Cody's right, but the chick should have kept quiet and let it go. That's what I'm saying. Like, she pushed him.
So
I agree with you.
Your guy was in Iraq and stuff?
No. He wasn't. He was just got the shit beat out of him growing up.
By who?
His parents.
Same. My dad hit me with a fucking belt that had like fucking tacks in it and shit.
Yeah, like gnarly stuff like that. And it's like,
I love my father.
And it's not been. What'd you say?
I said I love my father. Goodness. My father beat me endlessly, and I love that man. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it.
Look.
I would do that, but no, it's not. It's. I don't know. It's different. It's different. I can't imagine that. I'm trying to imagine it. So, Zia.
You're in the war. You watch your friends die.
No, damn it. We're talking about parents.
Oh, talking about me.
Parents. And Zia. Yes.
Okay.
So I'm sitting there in bed, Zia. And you're like,
yeah.
Hey, honey, you and me suck a pee-pee? And I'm like, I just can't right now. It's like, well, oh my God, what's happening? What's happening? It's like, my father used to hit me with a belt. I feel like, God, if I was a woman, I'd be like, you know what? I don't want to ever stick your penis again, actually. Like,
so no. Okay, wait, hold on.
Me too. My dad beat everybody.
Hold on. It's not necessarily like that. It's more like waking up from like a really fucked up dream. And like where it was like a real legit night terror and you got the fucking, and it's like, whoa, you're like, holy shit. So you hold them and then you bang after if they want to. You don't have to though. I don't know. To me, it just feels nice. Like I felt.
If I had I've had bad dreams.
Yeah.
I was in tears after.
Yeah.
The only difference was I was 6 years old. That's the only. Dude, I have bad dreams all the time. I had a fucked up dream the other night. I was like, it was super fucked up because it was like nothing was happening. It was like it's one of the worst dreams I've had in years. I was sitting there, I was having a good time, and I remember I was in like a content house or something, and like I was talking to Brittany Venti, and it was all well lit and really nice, and she was like sitting behind a computer and she was streaming, and I was standing over and I was like talking to her kind of, and we were talking back and forth, and then I turned around and I like walked, and it was like a kind of well open like floor plan of a house, one floor, and all of a sudden, all the lights were off. And I was like, what's going on? And then there was just like distorted like objects like running, and like everything started like shaking and like vibrating in my head. Like weird cacophonies of screams.
Interesting.
And
okay.
It was
like a
it was
horror
fucking,
game.
and I woke up and I was like hyperventilating. I was like, oh shit. Oh my God. That was rough as fuck. And then I laughed because I was like, oh, I laughed. My German Shepherd was laying beside me. He's like, what's wrong, bro? And I laughed my ass off. I was like, because I was like saying to myself, that was the most fucked up dream I've had in a long time, bro. That was fucked up. And I laughed about it. I didn't cry and ask my German Shepherd to have sex with me.
I'm not saying that they're asking. I'm just saying if that would make them feel better, I would do it. I don't know. again, it's different if a guy is crying about everything all the time. Then I might like. I think it would get exhausting for a guy if his girl was crying at everything all the time. Like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, sure. But like if I had even if I had a now that's even different. This is even deeper. If I had a girlfriend and she woke up and I woke up and she was crying and I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, I had a scary dream. I'd be like, okay, you just go back to sleep.
Is it hot for?
I'm not talking to you again after that.
Is it hot for you if a girl cries?
No.
Okay. I know a guy that it's like a huge turn on if a girl cries. Like if a girl starts crying, he can't help but want to sleep with her. And I always found that really interesting. I was like, wait, is that like a thing or is that just that guy?
That sounds like weird rapey stuff. She's crying. Ooh, I want to come. Like what the fuck?
Like if they like he tries to break up with a girl over and over again, but every time he just tries to break up with her, she starts crying and he just ends up staying with her and sleeping with her because he gets too turned on. And I just like I don't know why.
Yeah, I the last time I legitimately like cried and it doesn't have anything to do with a movie because movies are like they emotionally evoke like on purpose. Like, and I stoically do it. My face is stone cold straight, right? I'm just like this. And there's like a tear, and I'm just like this. Like, I don't, like, oh, you know. But last time my brother died. So I was at the gym, and it was 2017. And I was doing leg extensions. And my dad called me, or my mom. I don't remember. And they were like, hey, so-and-so, I won't dox him. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. But they were like, yeah, so-and-so's dead. And I was like, what? Like, yeah, he's dead. And I was like,
is that how they delivered that news?
Okay. Yeah.
Was it just like
they were also
straight?
they were sobbing, or one of them. I don't remember who did it. It was weird. They were like crying, you know, and they were like, yeah, he's dead. He's dead. And I was like, oh, okay. So I didn't react. And me and my ex-wife went to we had just gotten a divorce, and she went with me to his funeral. And like I broke down like when they like lowered his casket for like a minute, and that's the last time I got like fucked up, like actually like
right,
you know what I'm saying, visibly. And even then I was like ashamed. Like he trying not to do it, you know what I'm saying, trying to be stoic and manly. Yeah. Do
you think that that's a societal thing or just a biology thing?
Biology, 1000%.
I think it's just biology. Okay.
All biology. It's just like there is not a giant motherfucker with giant tits that's killed like 100 men that's crying about it.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying? Like there should be like there's people out there that were a sniper and they've taken 100 lives. They're getting drunk every night and they're thinking about it, but they're not sobbing about it. Right? Like that, and that's some fucked up shit. That's stuff that no one ever experiences.
Right.
These people have experienced it. So like if it's not something to do with that, like the guy had PTSD. Look, I get it. Needs to figure out a way to work through that, but crying like every day about it that's gonna be a bad. It's gonna be a bad.
But here's the thing: I don't know if he's crying every day about it. She pushed him to talk about it.
Yeah.
When he was just up.
Right. Yeah. 100%. I feel like that's a legitimate, issue. Like somebody that's been through the shit. Right. And also if a loved one dies.
Right.
Right. But like for any other reason, no, absolutely not.
Okay.
And that's biology. Like. And I've had women, my ex-wife, she was like, she got a B. She was trending to get a B in one of her classes, and she had a 4.0 when she was in engineering school. And she was like sobbing. And I was comforting her, and it did not bother me.
Okay.
But if it was the other way around, I would have kicked my own ass. Because we don't do that. Men don't do that. We fucking get up and face the day. That's what we do. We men exist so people can do that.
What if it's like anger or emotional tears? Like I've seen people like I angry cry. If I get too mad, I cry, but not because I'm sad, because I'm fucking pissed.
That's a girl thing for sure.
Yeah.
I've never seen a guy get angry and cry.
All right.
I've seen now to be fair, I can't remember the last time I saw a man cry. Like in person.
Yeah.
It's been years. It's been like 10 years. Yeah, I think last time my dad broke down obviously at that funeral.
Right.
I think that's the last time I saw him cry too. So I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen a man cry. I've never seen a man in person cry over something that wasn't legitimate though.
Yeah. When my mom died, my dad's crying is what woke me up.
Yeah.
Like that, so, I heard that.
That's the only, I've never actually seen a guy cry over like something like trivial. So. And I probably wouldn't talk to that friend again.
Interesting. I guess that wouldn't bother me.
Gay. I don't want to catch the gays, yeah.
Do you think it's the What if all of a sudden you start liking penises, Cody? Would you be upset?
That's what I would be scared of. Like if I fucking watched the Babadook last night, and he comes out and he's like, "Baba, duck, duck, duck," and he's like, "Bah," and then like the figure appears and I start crying, I'd be like, you know what? I love dick now. Just love dick. I don't get that. I laugh and have a good time when I'm watching. So I watched the Babadook last night, and I haven't watched it since it came out in theaters in like 2014. And it was pretty unnerving. I forgot that it was like really unnerving. And there was scenes that were happening, and something spooky would happen, and my skin would crawl. Love that feeling. And then it would be like me, like real fast, and I'd be like, oh shit, and I'd laugh. I'm like, it's hilarious, funniest shit I've ever seen. I love it. I love horror. Like I love really intense horror shit.
Same, and I do the same thing. I'll get like, ah, and then I giggle because it's like a weird nervous giggle, and I laugh about it because it got me, and I'm like, oh shit, it got me. But I get the same thing. I love it. Not a lot makes me cry. Like it takes a lot to make me cry just in general. Some movies do it, but I got to be in the right mood. Like I can watch some really sad, horrendous stuff and not shed a single tear or really feel anything unless I'm like feeling something, but that's kind of rare. I'm trying to think of like things that actually would make me cry.
Did you have you ever seen Train to Busan?
No.
Watch that.
People were talking about that.
It fucks, dude. I can't. I remember somebody was watching it at like a Halloween party I had, and I was like in the kitchen, and I was just stopping by getting a drink, and I like look into my theater room at the end of the hall, and I can see half the screen, and the scene is happening, the one scene, and I'm like sitting there filling up a water glass, and I look over, and it's like plays the crescendo of notes when the thing happens, and I'm just like. And I had to like leave. It's like 2 seconds and it gets me. I'm like,
you were
oh shit.
So close to being gay, Cody. You were almost gay.
Oh no, dude, I cry at movies all the time. But it's not like it's stoic crying. It's not gay.
It's just like a tear.
Manly. You ever seen the Indian dude and he looks over and it's like recycle your stuff and he's like,
yeah, he's got the one
tear. How it is.
So that kind of crying is okay. It's the breaking down crying that's not okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Over trivial stuff.
But like this isn't a trivial thing. With this guy.
With what guy?
With the guy in the question. Him saying
no, yeah. I was saying that's a legitimate issue that he needs help with. If he's doing it all the time, though, it's going to get old real fast. You can't change how people feel subconsciously. A lot of women.
I get that.
A lot of women will say, Zia, they'll be like, "I'm totally okay with you sobbing like a bitch," but subconsciously, every time it happens, it's registered in there. Click. You don't realize it, but it is. It is.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
So. Can't help it. We can't fight biology, man.
You know, you might be right. But I guess I've just never felt that way. But I've never dated a guy who like broke down and sobbed. Like the instances I'm talking about weren't even sobbing. Like you said, kind of just stoic tears and like quick, super silent and quiet and like.
Do you ever crave like a fucking dude with like a big ass beard that has like jacked tan abs?
No.
Shooting on your face like hot liquid.
Nope.
You never think about that?
Nope.
Even I think about that.
I don't like beards. I don't like beards at all, really.
Okay, what about not beard? God damn it, I'm trying to fucking do a hypothetical. I don't like beards, bro. They're gross. Oh.
Because as soon as you said that, typically I'm not. It depends, I guess. Like maybe every once in a while. I don't know. I don't really think about that much.
If Henry Cavill walks through the door with his beautiful abs, and he's like, "I just built this really sweet PC. I'm gonna shoot a hot liquid on your face."
You wouldn't be like, PC.
That sounds great.
Had me with the PC. Yeah.
Right?
He did. I mean, I guess.
Biology, bro.
I guess that's true.
Gotta have it. Gotta have that fucking hot jizz.
There's something in me that needs to mate with Italian men or something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why.
Same.
Why?
Same.
I don't know.
No. Yeah. Like, I mean, I love women with big asses and tight waist. Can't avoid it. It's nothing. I can't control it.
Yeah. It's just an attraction thing.
There's other women out there, and I've been like, I understand my subconscious limitations, and I try to fall within them so I can enjoy longevity.
Have you ever found yourself though being really attracted to someone that you wouldn't ordinarily be attracted to, and it kind of takes you by surprise? Like it's just a chemistry thing, and your body just responds to them. Right? Sure.
But they still have to be physically some kind of attractive. Like
right.
If I gelled really well with a fat bitch, I still don't want to poke it. I'm sorry. Dude, I've met fat girls that are cool as fuck. And we're like fist bumping, we're having a great time. Woo, drinking shots. Woo, fat bitches, yeah. And she's like, but I hear from somebody, she really likes you. I'm like, well, it ain't gonna happen, baby. If
Interesting.
you ask, if your ass is not as big as your midsection, you were fucking, it's over.
Or your ass isn't bigger than your midsection.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's got to be in and then out.
Yeah. You can't be shaped like a damn egg.
Like an egg. I'm just curious, like, if there's ever been, because I've found myself before where I'm really attracted to someone who isn't necessarily my type, and I don't know why, but I'm like, holy shit, my body just responds to this person. And it's not that they're unattractive. They are attractive, just not necessarily what my type would be. And I'm just like, holy shit, I would do disgusting things to you, and I don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been there. And like girls that are like not conventionally attractive, kind of ugly in the face, but there's something about their mannerisms that makes me want to shoot loads on it. Right. So like I've been there, but I've also been with girls that I was with this girl once, and she was like every guy I've ever dated. And the guy I'm attracted to is frail, like kind of tall, frail and lanky, kind of effeminate men. Like she's like, I love guys like that. Like seeing guys, emo guys, like really skinny, like gross and scrawny, weighs less than me. Like, but all 6 foot.
That's a bit much for me, even.
Effeminate, like emo dudes. And then they hook up with me and they're like, dude, they're like, I've never been with like a guy that's like huge. And like, not penis wise, obviously. But like body wise.
But body wise, arms, shoulders, chest. Yeah.
And that becomes their preference after that.
Interesting. Cody's turning freaking chicks left, right, and center. He's like, look at these abs, look at this butt, look at these muscles, and the girls are just like, oh my god, now I only want to fuck guys that look like this.
Yeah, I had that girl told me she liked guys that weighed less than her, and I'm like, you only weigh 120. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's too much. I don't know if I weigh 112. If I tried to date a guy who was less than me, he'd be anorexic. Like, how does that even work?
Yeah, like what happens when like you're in public at any point, and there's this off chance thing where like a dude bows up or slaps your ass and your guy has to do something about it. Like, well, you're fucked. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
He's dying.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
He's gonna do it. Like most guys, even when they can't, they will stand up. They'll be like, hey man, you do that to my girl. And the guy's like, oh, and you're gone. Fucking dead. Like, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And I'm like, I asked that girl that. I'm like, what are you gonna do when something happens? And they're like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, you're gonna fucking die. Like, he's gonna beat both your asses. Like, no. And like, and on the opposite end of the spectrum, I used to hang out with a girl that was so little. She's like 4'10", 92 pounds. And her biggest preference ever is biggest, whitest motherfucking guy. Like, not fat, but like biggest, whitest, like strongest.
Like this. Like, she just wants a big dude.
Scariest, hairiest fucking monster of a man. And she wants to climb him like a goddamn tree. and when you ask her, she's like, well, I mean, if there's ever any situation, ever, that guy is like a double barrel shotgun. He will always be under my bed saving my ass if anything goes down. I don't have to worry. I can sleep all night. If I hear a glass break, that dude will go over there and kill that motherfucker immediately.
There is something to be said, and this is I think this is 100% a biology thing. There is something to be said for dating a guy or being with a guy that can protect you, that you feel like they can protect you. Like, you feel safe, you feel protected. They got those big arms, they put them around you, and you're just like, oof. And like, that's a panty dropper. Like, it is. And Cody's like, ladies, one at a time.
You know what? No, I met some girl. I think she was a content creator, but not like a huge one. And she like walked up to me and hugged me in Houston. She's fucking little tiny girl. Walked up to me and she's like, you're way bigger and hotter in person. And I'm like, thank you. Because I'm a wide man. No one realizes this. I'm like fucking 3 feet wide.
I know. I've never met you in person. You're also tall too, right?
I'm barely 6 foot.
To me, that's tall. I would think that you're tall because I'm small. So that would be like one of those things where I feel like I've never met you in person. I feel like you'd probably surprise me. I'd be like, whoa, you're much bigger than I thought you were.
Yeah, unless it's guys. When guys meet me, they don't say that. Like when Nick Ricada met me.
Well, isn't he
like
6'3" or something?
Yeah, he's fucking huge.
Yeah, he's like.
That's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. I'm little.
See, you're like almost 6 feet tall, and that's little, which is so funny because I'm 5'2", and that's like everyone is bigger than me. When you're hobbit sized, everyone is tall and huge.
Yeah, I'll remember. It's so funny actually. I know this is unrelated, but I remember. I had this the tiny girl I was telling you
Mhm.
about. I had another girl come in that I was hooking up with, 5'6", I think, maybe, and she was also little to me, like 5'6". That's still little.
Yeah.
And I go to and then we got in a situation where we're all like together, and like the other one, the little girl is standing beside the other girl, and the other girl looks like she's like 6'4", compared to like, this little tiny thing. Her like face is at her like tits. It was hilarious.
That's why I'm saying, like, when you're small, everyone looks huge to you. So when
Yeah.
people are like, there's a girl that I know at the gym, we were talking, and she's like 5'7", and to me that's fucking giant because she looks ridiculous next to me because she's got 5 inches on me, which is actually a lot. That's fucking almost half a foot. I want to go through this super chat really quick. I got Isabella Live 2.0. Thank you so much for the $3 super chat. He says, Zia, I wrote a song for everyone. Oh, hell yeah. Drop it in the Isabella Live. Are you in my Discord? If you're not, please join the Discord. Drop it in the Discord. Share it with everyone. I love that so much. That's so awesome.
Speaking of,
Yes.
finished a song the other day, a demo song.
You did. Did you finish it?
I finished like the demo roughly. Sent it to my boy Gus G from Ozzy Osbourne, and he's messing with it. It's gonna be interesting. I'm excited.
That's fucking cool.
We'll see what happens. I'm also working on. I was really inspired last night, and I wrote like 4 melodies, and I found like a VST. I paid out the ass for it, but it's a good VST. And I got so many presets from like this guy that's a music producer. And dude, half of his fucking shit is like dubstep. And like, I didn't know that this was a thing. I had my MIDI controller out and I would like press like a C chord. And it was like, wop, 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 wop. And you can like turn the knob and make it wop, 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 wop. I'm like, oh my God.
Cody's going to be a dubstep creator now.
It's so fun. I'm going to pull in the 7-string.
I already like it.
Wild.
I can't wait. When does the album drop?
Oh, it'll be a long time. There'll be singles for sure all over the place, but I don't know about an album. Maybe in a year from now. It takes me so long to do music. I'm not fast at it.
Well, you're also writing and doing everything yourself, right? Essentially, except you have Gus working on this one thing, which is fucking cool as hell, by the way. That's so awesome that he's doing that.
I don't know if it's official, but he's looking at it. So
hey, he's looking at it. That's enough. I feel like that'd be like if I got Jim Norton to look at one of my jokes. I'd be like, holy shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's fucking cool.
Wait, are you a comedian or something?
No, but I've been working on some material.
No,
but I've been working on some material. I have some stuff that I've had written out for a while that I need to.
Written. Fuck. Anyways, you could fucking travel with Chrissy.
I would love that. I would love that so much. Like, that'd be so fun. So I really need to like get working on it. He said he would. He actually has before said he would look over some of my stuff. So I need to get it to him and stop being a little bitch about it. But I'm so like self-conscious about people looking at my writing. But I've talked about a couple of my. Tricky said, XiaLand, make sure you clip Cody admitting he likes dick now for the soundboard.
Bro, I have said this. How many times do I have to make this statement publicly that I love the cock?
He loves the dick.
I'm like, dude, I come out like once a week and people don't listen.
I do need to hear that so I can press this and it's just Cody saying, I love the cock.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of that dick. No, like, yeah, dude. Like, dick's cool, but I love dripping vaginas. You can't beat that.
No, you can't.
It is ingrained. It is ingrained in my psyche.
That's also a biology thing. Like, I'm the same way. Like, I know there are lesbians, obviously, and I've slept with women because you have to experiment. I feel like you got to get out there. You got to try it out. And I like women. Women are beautiful. Oh my God. Women's bodies are amazing. They definitely turn me on.
Yep.
I need to have a dick though.
Dude, like I will be watching some kind of artsy porn. And I don't watch porn often. It's kind of rare now. But man, I'll turn on some artsy stuff. And like it's like a really nice intimate thing where it's like a man and like a wife or like a man and his fiance and they're like legit in real life and like they volunteer for like an artsy shoot.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And there's a website that does this and it's really cool.
All right, send me the link after.
And like
for research purposes,
this dude will be like touching on his chick, and it'll like it's like 4K too, and it'll like zoom in, like it'll show like this nice like shot where like you can see her like labias and stuff, and that shit is literally like dripping. And when I see it visually, like it's like fucking Jekyll and Hyde, like my whole like demeanor changes, and I'm like I need to fucking punch holes in walls right now. I would fucking go to war and kill people right now.
That's what wars have been started over good pussy. Like, that's a legitimate thing.
Dude.
That has happened throughout history many times.
My heart rate, well, you could put a heart rate monitor on me. And, like, and if I'm hanging out with a girl and like I reach for gold, because eventually you reach for the gold.
Yeah.
And if that shit is like draining, like my heart rate increases by like 60 in like 2 seconds. It's fucking crazy.
This is making my heart rate increase. Stop talking about this. I'm getting turned on. Jesus Christ.
I'm like, like start screaming.
The way you're talking about it, I'm like, wow.
Just flipping shit, flipping my fucking desk and stuff, man. Oh my God, I love it. It's the best.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is testosterone.
Damn sure, dude. I got so much going on. So I'm fucking full of that shit. Every now and then too, I'm like, you know what? 2 cc's. Let's go.
2 cc's.
Yeah.
Wait,
500 milligrams.
Is that a lot?
Yeah.
That's a lot. Okay. And then that's when Cody goes fucking nuts and he disappears for a week because he's been smashing pissers left, right, and center. I love the way you say that. It always makes me laugh.
Like, I don't know, dude. It's the greatest thing ever invented. That's for damn sure. Me and Donut talked about it on my show. Whew.
I mean,
it changes everything.
Of
like,
course.
I'm like kind of depressed, kind of sad. 2 cc's, baby. And I'm like, I will fucking wreck anybody's ass I see. I will come all over you. I'll hit the walls. I don't give a fuck. I will make shit.
Work for women? Does it help get the? Yeah. Does it do? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like
well,
in very very small dose. But there's another thing called Anavar. It's like an anabolic steroid.
Ah.
And when women take it, it hyperfeminizes them. So their ass will get real big, their waist gets real tight. You don't want to overdo it, and their libido skyrockets through the fucking roof.
That sounds like magic. Where do I get this?
Yeah,
I want a fat ass, a small waist, and a high ass libido. Jesus.
It's not legal, but yeah,
Wow.
no, I remember I was at the gym and this bodybuilding chick, dude, she was fucking stacked, and she was on I think 25 milligrams of Anavar. And I was like, hey, how you doing? And she's like, I'm fucking pissed off because it makes it's your aggression level will increase.
Okay, all right.
Depending on who you are, but like she was like throwing fucking plates. And she had her like tight fucking clothes on. Her abs were out.
So
she
hot.
Was, like veins were popping. She's like, I'm pissed off. My fucking work is stressful. I'm tired. And all I want to do is be fucked like every second. And I'm just like, God damn, girl.
It sounds like Cody. She sounds like your perfect woman, honestly. The way you're describing that, I'm like, are you guys going to get together? I need to hear this love story.
She didn't go to my gym very long.
Oh, shit.
She eventually moved on. She's a cool girl though.
Damn. I feel like that would have been like a match made in heaven.
Yeah, she's cool.
Russell Hall, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. He says if you catch Cecil, he'll let you rub his throbber. Get it.
He will.
Get
He's
it. He's a good man. I love Cecil. He's awesome. And Tricky, thank you for the super chat. Oh, same thing. Don't forget to clip Cody admitting he likes stick for the soundboard. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I have to pee so bad. But also, I realized that you have to go because you have your stream, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, we got through 2. This was so much fun. That's how you know it's a good show.
2.
We got through 2, and we just bullshitted the rest of the time.
Yeah, that's why I ask you to come on my show so often, because 3 hours goes by in like 2 fucking seconds.
That went by so fast. I looked at my phone to like either look at it, pull up another one, or pee, and it's already 9. That was crazy. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thank you for coming on and doing my show.
Dude, I will come on longer next time.
Oh, it's all good.
I just I don't know. I probably should have chose Tuesday or something. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's all good. This is awesome. I really appreciate you doing it. This was a lot of fun. And I want to thank everybody who came too. Thank you so much to everybody who super chatted. I want to go back over everyone who super chatted, but I don't have the fucking thing in front of me. But
man, only you had StreamYard.
If I know, I make this case a lot. Don't get me started. Cody, thank you for coming on. Guys, you gotta go watch Cody's stream. It's literally happening right after this, right, with Nick?
Yeah, raid me, you goofy bastard.
Oh yeah, we gotta raid you. I've never done that before. I keep forgetting that you can't do that on YouTube. How do you do that?
Wait, what do you mean? Yeah, you can raid people on YouTube.
Yeah, I've only ever done it on Twitch. How do you raid on YouTube?
So in your live studio,
okay,
you go to the thing. Let me click on it. Let me close mine. There it is.
Okay.
And then you go to edit. And then you go the edit button for the entire stream. And then you go to customization tab, the second one. And then you hit redirect. and then suddenly, my thing should be the first one that pops up.
Okay, wait. Is it YouTube Studio? You said.
Yeah.
And then you hit
Now,
what
I don't know about phone. Let me look.
I don't. Okay.
Phone now. Let me look here. It says, yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't think you can do it on the
I can't do it on the phone. All right, so I have to do it from the PC. Okay, I'm gonna end this, and then hold on. I'm gonna say goodbye to everybody. You guys, thank you so much for such a fun stream. This was a lot of fun. I appreciate all you guys watching. I appreciate you guys in the chat. You guys are freaking awesome. Thank you to everybody who super chatted. I just love you guys. Thank you for supporting all my stuff. It means literally everything to me because I love doing this so much, and doing it with Cody is like, it's just never, ever, ever not fun. And wait, you got to plug yourself first. I know that like.
Oh, I'm gonna. Wait, what are you talking about? Hold on. Yeah, follow me on YouTube. Plug me on. Follow me. Plug me on YouTube.
Okay. All right.
Twitter, YouTube.
Camelot331. Yes.
On everything, bro.
Do it. Go follow Cody on everything because he's awesome and we love him. Now, Nick, how do we? Cody was telling us how because he's going live now. We got to rate him. You can rate on YouTube.
You gotta rate me.
We got to rate him. We don't shake your head. We got to rate him.
I don't think I'm. Technically,
don't shake your head at me.
What happened?
I'm not signed in. I can't do any.
He says technically he's not signed in.
I can't do anything on this.
How do you be not signed in?
No, you go to YouTube Studio. Go into YouTube Studio.
On the browser, yeah.
On the browser. Okay, and then what do we do?
So okay. So what I do is to get to the YouTube Studio, you go to the create button on the top right.
Button on the top right.
Yeah. And you hit go live, and then your stream will just be sitting there.
And you hit go live, and your stream will just be sitting there. Oh boy. Hold on. Before we go any further, I just have to thank quickly before we end because I don't want to let this go. Master Lions just gifted 5 more memberships.
Oh,
Master Lions is the GOAT. Last night on my stream, he get $100 super chat. Red Boy Super Chat and gifted 15 memberships. So tonight, 5 more memberships for Master Lions. Master Lions, thank you so freaking much. That's a membership to B. Kenny, 1 to Jason Long, 1 to Jose Luis Castellanos, I feel like I'm not saying that, and 1 to Deranged Lunatic, and 1 to Lynn Green. Master Lions, you're so freaking awesome. Thank you so much. Oh my God.
That's why he's been slacking on my show, because he's giving all you the money. Damn you, Master Lions.
He is the bestest. Okay. What is next? Sorry. Thank you.
Yeah. So you're in the stream. You're in the YouTube Studio stream where you can see stream settings, analytics, viewer activity, stream health, shopping, and your chat, right?
Okay. So you're in the stream settings, Nick, where you can see everything. He just shrugged. He just says, "I don't know." I feel like I'm gonna give.
Hey, let me share my screen. Hold on. So wait. I don't know. Does that work? Can I do that?
I don't know. I've never done it with Discord.
Oh God, Jesus. If only you had StreamYard.
I know. We need to get StreamYard. It's just a lot easier.
Anyways, yeah. It's just the normal YouTube Studio that's on the YouTube browser.
Okay, so normal YouTube Studio that's on the YouTube browser.
Yeah.
Okay, and then now what do we do?
Can you see can you see? I can see. Where are you going? Yeah, she disappeared. She just walked the hell off.
I can see. Just talk me through it.
Oh, okay. So you're in this YouTube Studio, where you can see your current viewers, your likes, your chat revenue, and your new members. You hit edit in the top right of the title, and then there's 3 tabs: details, customization, monetization. You hit customization, scroll all the way to the bottom. There's something that says redirect. You hit add, and then you go to search videos from channels, and mine will be the first one. Should be the first one popped up, or you can just type in Camelot331, but it should be there anyway, regardless. And then you're done. And then when you end the stream, your viewers refresh into my channel. And then we're all famous. All famous friends with each other. Why is my editor going to release a damn freaking video on my alt channel right when I'm about to go live? What a goober. Boop, beep, 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 beep. Did you figure it out, Zia? Or did you just leave? You just left the room?
No, I think I figured it out. I think I did it. I don't know if I did it. Did I do it?
I don't know. We don't know yet.
I don't know.
You'll see my thumbnail with Nick Ricada.
I clicked on your thumbnail with Nick Ricada. I clicked on that.
You're good.
Am I good? Did I do it? I did it. Guys, I did it.
Obviously, you hit save, and then it will just fuck. And then you just end the stream.
Okay. And then I end the stream, and that's it. We did it.
United.
We did it. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much, Cody. Thank you. Have an amazing stream tonight with Nick. You guys are both great. Thank you, everybody. Okay.
Hell yeah. Bye, everybody.
I'm gonna have to get up again. Bye, everybody. Bye, Cody. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Okay, now I'm getting up again.